When you first create a pivot table in Excel, this is what it might look like after you've added all your fields into the rows section, where everything's stacked on top of one another in a compact format. Now, unfortunately, obviously, this is not very easy to read and analyze, and also a bit challenging if you wanted to use it in formulas later on, if you wanted to reference your pivot table. Now, while we can't change the default format of a pivot table in Excel, with just a few clicks, we can drastically clean this up and make it more user-friendly and easy to analyze and understand. So what I always do when first creating a pivot table is I go to the Design tab, and what I'll do is turn off all the subtotals, because Excel is going to, by default, create subtotals for everything. So I'm going to say do not show subtotals. You can always add them back if you want them for individual items later on. The report layout, I'll switch it to a tabular format. And so again, it's starting to look a lot cleaner. And then I'll also go back to report layout and repeat all item labels. And so now it's a much easier way to analyze the data. You could potentially use sum if calculations to do calculations based on, let's say, region, product category, sales rep date, and easily pull in the sales amount. So it makes it a lot easier now if you wanted to copy and paste these values as just values, or if you wanted to do any calculations. And if you decide you want to add subtotals later on, that's easy enough to do just by right-clicking and subtotaling whatever you want, whether it's a region, whether it's a category, whether it's sales rep, or other field. So by just a few clicks, go into that Design tab in the pivot table section, I turn off the subtotals, change the report layout to tabular, and repeat all item labels. And by doing it, it's going to be a lot more easier to understand and use in calculations if you're needing to set up formulas later on.